you're ready, Ethan. All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming this afternoon to hear Rod Brown's vision for our Academic Affairs team at Ivy Tech Community College Indianapolis campus. All yours, Rod.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
And to the folks viewing this remotely, good afternoon to you as well. My name is Rod Brown. I currently serve as the Dean for the School of Art, Sciences, and Education, effectively known on this campus as the Dean of Society. Many of you know. I'm here today to give you my overview of what I see as the vision for academic affairs, specifically for this campus, but could probably be modified for other campuses in the system, keeping in mind that we are the largest campus in the statewide system. We cover approximately 20 to 25%. So I'll give you a little bit of background. First, I'll give you the goal. Here's what I see as our goal for academic affairs. It is to establish Ivy Tech Indianapolis as a leader in teaching, learning, and academic support. Those are the three areas. That's who we are. Throughout central Indiana, within the Ivy Tech statewide system, and among community colleges. I say this informed by the fact of all of the talent that I have seen and witnessed over the last 9 years that I've been on this campus. It is my belief that we already have quite a few resources available to us in order to be leaders as opposed to followers here within our system. We have some work to do, but that doesn't mean that we are not able to still provide that level of leadership, especially given our proximity to the system office. So I'm going to start by giving just a little bit of personal information about me. I am not going to presume, though I have worked alongside many of you in this room, and probably some of you who are watching today, that you know my background. So I'm going to go through this quickly. Right here is the list of my professional experiences. I've essentially worked at every type of institution in higher ed, with the exception of a for-profit. I've never worked at a for-profit institution. But my academic journey actually started some 20 years ago when I decided to leave my student affairs position after 6 years at Harper College, which is another community college, and returned to Indianapolis to pursue a master's in English. At that time, my goal was that I was going to be a full-time English faculty member for the rest of my life. That's what I intended. However, things change. Our goals change. We get older, and we get exposed to a variety of different opportunities at our various employers. And so, after serving as an adjunct with IUPUI, I was very fortunate enough to work at Martin University as a full-time faculty member. Moved from there to Ivy Tech upon completion of my master's degree, and I have been with the Ivy Tech system in a variety of roles for the last 15 years. The benefit of that is that I've had the chance to work at what was then the smallest campus within the system, and now working at the largest campus, and in between being able to work in our system office for a very short, and thankfully short, period of time. Now my education's up here. I'm also, and most of you know this, because we've talked a lot about Higher Learning Commission and the fact that HLC is coming in April, that I'm also a peer reviewer for the Higher Learning Commission. In fact, I just recently completed chair training, so I am now eligible to chair those teams that are going to various campuses. And I wanted to add that I'm also an Indianapolis native. I have watched this city change a lot in the 52 years that I've been on this planet. And I have seen so much growth. I remember when the building in which we stand was American United Life. And I remember across the bridge when this was St. Vincent's. And I remember when Ivy Tech was Indiana Vocational Technical College. I remember all of that. And so there's a certain degree of nostalgia, quite frankly, that I feel every time that I come into work as an Indianapolis native. As a side note, where I went to elementary school is mere blocks away, right up the street at St. Richard's. And that's where I was for 7 years. So, on to the vision. I have a number of points up here, and many of them are informed by my own experiences as a peer reviewer, what I've seen at other institutions, plus our strategic plan, and quite frankly, some of what you have shared as colleagues as far as what needs to take place to make Ivy Tech a better place to work, which is one of our goals in our strategic plan. First, communication, I think, is going to be critical. We must improve our communication here on this campus, not just internally, but also to our external constituents, as well as to our peers across the state and to system office. To that end, what I see happening is that we would create a communication plan, a specific communication plan that gave us a sense of exactly how the information should be delivered. Please keep in mind, the communication plan should not be unidirectional. One of the benefits, and we'll get to shared governance in a moment, but one of the benefits of this campus is we have multiple structures in place in order for voices to be heard. Everyone who works within academic affairs should have an opportunity to voice concerns, either through leadership, through the faculty council, or through some other means. All right. So to that end, I would want to develop very early on, as the Vice Chancellor, a communication plan that we could then assess to make sure that communication is clearly communicated and to control what we frequently call the rumor mill, which is very difficult at an institution this size. Professional development, I would say, is another key component of my vision. And professional development can take on a lot of different forms. It's not always about sending people off to a conference. Sometimes professional development can take place based on the standards that have been established by industry, by